morning to one and all present here. Myself Sanja IAS, the BA trainee from KUCTE Anchal. I am here to discuss about the chapter Metals and Non-Metals about the concept metals.
You must be familiar with these pictures, right? The first one, the second one, and the third one. What does the first one means? Yes, it is an ornament set, a gold ornament set. What does the second picture means? It's a platinum ring. And the third picture means what? It's a diamond earring, right? Okay, good. You all are familiar with it. Now, you must be familiar with different kitchen utensils. Okay, what are the common materials used to make utensils for cooking? Yes, it can be aluminium, iron, cast iron, etc. Okay, now let's discuss about this picture. What does this picture means? Yeah, there are so many spoons, vessels, bowls, etc. All are made up of metals. You all are aware, no? Okay, now let us do an activity. Take some water in a flat bowl, place a wooden ladle and a steel ladle in it and let it boil. Touch the ladles and find out which one is hotter. Why is it so? So, what do you think? Which picture shows the hotter ladle? Yes, the first picture. Yeah, that is the iron ladle. Yes. What would be the reason for this? Can anybody guess? Yes, that is because the heat just transfers from the water to the ladle. Okay, the wooden ladle is not hotter, right? Okay. Now, let me show you a table. The table just shows 5 pictures. 5 pictures. The first one shows a hammer. Okay. The second one shows a wooden. Now, let me show you a table. The table has 5 pictures and we can discuss the characteristics properties of these pictures. Okay. So, the first picture shows a hammer. The second picture shows a utensil. The third picture shows an electric post. The fourth picture shows an ornament set and the fifth picture shows a bell. Okay, now we can discuss about the properties. You can think for a few minutes. Okay, now let's discuss the properties. The first picture shows the hammer, right? Okay, the hammer is made so that for its hardness. Okay, the second picture shows the utensil. The utensil has the property that of thermal conductivity, and the third picture has the electric post. It has the property as electrical conductivity, and the fourth picture shows the ornament set, which has the property of shiny appearance, and the fifth picture shows the bell, which has the ability to produce sound. Now you all are familiar with the properties, right? What are the properties? The hardness, the thermal conductivity, the electrical conductivity, the shiny appearance, the ability to produce sounds. So these are the characteristic properties of metals. Okay, metals like iron, copper, gold, silver and aluminium are familiar to us because they are widely used in everyday life. What are the other metals familiar to you? Okay, the other metals familiar to you will be like iron, aluminium, copper. Yes. Okay, that are the metals are familiar to you. Okay, now let me show you some pictures of metals. Okay, in this picture we can see aluminium, gold, lead, magnesium, tin, titanium, zinc, etc. Right? Now, just observe the picture, the first picture. A person is handling something, right? Okay, what it would be? Yes, it is a piece of metal. What is the blacksmith doing? Yes, he is handling a piece of metal. Okay, good. What changes occur when a piece of metal is hammered blown? Yes, the shape of the metal changes, right? Okay, so when a piece of metal is hammer blown, it becomes a tool which can be used in our daily lives. Okay, the blacksmith is a person who handles metals and makes tools which can be used in our daily lives. Now, you just observe the second picture. The second picture shows an aluminium foil, right? Haven't you seen aluminium foil which is used to wrap tablets and food materials? You all have seen, right? Yes, yes, the wrap tablets. Which property of metals is used in this case? You all are not aware about it. So, today we will be discussing about the property for using aluminium foil and other metals for using it as tools and for other purposes. The concept behind this is malleability. Generally, metals can be hammered and flattened into thin sheets. This characteristics property of metals is known as malleability. Okay, now you all are familiar what is malleability means. Malleability means metals can be hammered into thin sheets. Okay, basically malleability is just changing metals into thin sheets. Now, I'll just introduce you to some facts. However, it is not possible to hammer all metals into thin sheets in the same manner. Okay, some are really easy to be malleable and others are tough. Okay, all metals are not malleable to the same extent. That is the same reason. Every metal is not the same. Metals are unique in its own characteristics and properties. So, all metals are not malleable to the same extent. Gold is the most malleable metal. Okay, so the question will be asked like, which is the most malleable metal? Yes, the most malleable metal is gold. Now, the question will be like, what is malleability? Malleability. The proper definition for malleability is a physical property of metals that defines their ability to be hammered, pressed, or rolled into thin sheets without breaking. Okay, so metals can be hammered, pressed, or rolled into thin sheets without breaking. Now you can see that a gold biscuit or a gold piece is hammered. Now you can see that it is made into a thin sheet in the figure, right? Okay. Now let me say you about some examples. That is the examples for utilizing the malleability of metals. First one is aluminium foils. Aluminium is beaten into very thin sheets to wrap food. We all are aware about the aluminium foil, right? We all use it in our households to wrap food so that it is kept tidy and clean. Next is gold and silver ornaments. These metals are beaten into thin sheets for making jewelry. Silver and gold jewelries are mostly used by us. You all are familiar with those ornaments. These metals can be beaten into thin sheets for making jewelry. Okay, next is copper sheets, used for making utensils, roofing and decorative items. Copper sheets can be used for what? For making utensils, roofing and decorative items. We all decorate our homes with copper plates, copper sheets, etc. Next is the main important matter, metal coins. Metals like copper, nickel and aluminium are pressed into sheets and stamped to make coins. Okay, so metal coins are really very much useful in our daily lives. We all have seen it and we all have used it. So you can write this. Next is car bodies and aircraft parts. Aluminium sheets are molded into different shapes. Okay, so aluminium sheets can be molded into different shapes and used in creating car bodies and aircraft plans. So concluding, malleability. malleability is a physical property of metals that defines their ability to be hammered, pressed, or rolled into thin sheets without breaking. Examples can be aluminum foils, gold and silver ornaments, copper sheets, metal coins, car bodies, and aircrafts. Now, we can discuss about the characteristics properties of metals. The characteristics properties of metals are hardness, their thermal conductivity, electrical conductivity, shiny appearance, ability to produce sounds, etc. So, this is my class, and my class was about the characteristics properties of metals and as well as malleability. Hope you all have understood the topic well, and thank you so much.